with outside the off stump and gone. Poor shot. Roston chased with the catch. Shannon Gabriel has come back into the team and struck immediately. Poor shot, but a perfect start for the West Indies.
Win the toss and bowl. Win the toss and bowl and get a wicket early. That would have been the talk. They wouldn't have expected a wicket so early for Shannon Gabriel back in the lineup.
Played at that one. Peels off the outside edge, will run away for 4. First boundary for South Africa.
Edges and gone. It is where he is susceptible. He does nick off early on in his innings. And Jaden Seals yet again in amongst the wickets. Very strong down the ground. His confident stride forward by Dean Algo has timed this very, very well, and he will get a boundary. Left it alone, and Kemar Roach has got one to come back sharply and disturbs the furniture. 3 down.
That certainly was a terrible error in judgment by Van der Dissen.
It is the end of the over now. Let's see what's going to happen. Joel Wilson with that slow motion amble, and it is going to be lunch. The bails have been removed, and it's been a very good session for the West Indies. Greg Brathwaite's bowlers justifying that decision to put South Africa in. Elgar, the South African captain, is still there, but the West Indies have picked up 3 important wickets.
He likes it there. It's one of his strengths, any bit of width, and he will get on top of it quickly. A boundary to end the over, 60 for 3. It's well done by Calverain in the end, because after seeing a few going down the leg side, it's so easy to miss out on those boundary balls. Nicely controlled, very nicely controlled. Picked it up so early.
With the length of time he's out in the middle, he is getting more and more settled as a batsman, Dean Elgar. Doesn't have to do a lot. He picks up the length in quick time, and he can trust the bounce on this surface.
That has come back a long, long way. Perhaps too far.
Are they going to refer it? They're thinking about it. Yes, they do.
There doesn't appear to be any bat. I'm going to need Ultra Edge to confirm, Simon. Waiting on Ultra Edge, guys. Ultra Edge coming up. It's a flat line as the ball is next to the bat. There is no bat involved. Simon, can you move on to ball tracking, please? Ball tracking coming up. Pitching outside off. Impact in line. Wickets missing. Simon, I'm ready to go back on field to Gregory. Gregory, you can stay with your original not out decision. You are on screen now.
Which is a delivery that I'm sure he's not going to be pleased with, that he strayed on the pads. You seem to have expected that to happen as the 100 comes up for South Africa.
Pitched up into leg and nicely driven into the scoreboard.
In the air, and very similar to the manner in which he was dismissed without scoring in the first innings, the only innings of the first test. But this time, it results in a boundary, 107 for 3.
Oh, it's called a no ball. The no ball by the standing umpire, which means it's probably the back foot, and that will be 50 for Dean Elgar, his 17th of his career and his first as the long-term test captain for South Africa. Oh, it's gone down leg side. There's an appeal. They are convinced from behind. The fingers up as well. Verena's having a little walk down, having a chat with Dean Elgar, and he's going upstairs.
Thank you. Ball is quite close to the bat. So we're waiting on the reverse angle, guys. Yeah, Simon is very close to the bat. I'm going to need ultra edge to confirm if there's any bat involved. Waiting on ultra edge, Joel. Ultra edge coming up. Flat line. Yep, freeze it right there, Simon. Just rock and roll it. Yep, there's a spike as the ball is right next to the bat. Simon, I'm satisfied that he's hit this. I'm ready to go back on field to Joel. Joel, I'm going to ask you to stay with your original decision. You are on screen now.
Good decision. And it's come off the face of the bat. If it was going to be anything, it had to have come off a bat or glove. He likes a bit of width, does Quinton de Kock, and he gets himself off the mark. Ends the 50th over, 125 for 4, and the umpires say that is T. A good session for South Africa. Not a perfect session for South Africa, but a good one.
Surgical precision. He measured it, slightly overpitched, just reached forward. And again, because he's a positive type player, didn't just prod at it, stroked it away.
It was there for the taking. I don't think Ruston Chase wanted to get it so full. Crisp looking shot there from Dean Elgar. He was waiting to pounce on anything short. Finishes the over with a boundary. It's 141 for 4.
Asked for the treatment, and it got it. It's getting drier, the outfield is a bit faster, and that's going to run away.
Easy pickings for Quinton de Kock. It was short and wide. He will not miss out at all. He sets himself to play square of the wicket. Not a massive driver of the cricket ball.
Very nicely played down the ground by Dean Elgar. He's really got his timing working. It's actually well placed in the end, really. Played that quite well. Didn't play it with hard hands, and he's going to get himself a boundary.
Short, sat up and put away. Easy as you please.
Shortish delivery. Rock back onto the back foot and slapped it high over mid-wicket for 4. The fielder at the deep-backer square had no chance whatsoever.
Takes de Kock down to 48 and also brings up the 200 for South Africa.
Very well negotiated by these two at the crease in this third and final session of the first day. already going in South Africa's way. Partnership of 76.
Got him. Myers has got him. This one coming back towards Dingalga. That is a very good delivery late in the day, and that is a big wicket for the West Indies.
Massive breakthrough for the West Indies. He's threatened. We spoke about how good he's been. Although he's the slowest of the lot in terms of fast bowlers on show by the West Indies. But his skill to move the ball away and into batsmen, that has worked for him on this occasion. Just some inward movement going through the defenses of a well-set Dinalga.
Caught a bit of an edge. Vacant territory down there, so that's a frustrating boundary for the West Indies. Important wicket though, goodness me, what on Myers. 208 for 5.
Well played. Down the ground by Quinton de Kock. There's a slowish outfield. It might just stop again, yes, just before that boundary rope. But they have managed to take 3. 217 for 5. Oh. And it's still not easy batting out there. What's your thoughts on a good first innings score on what you've seen so far?
One came back in quite a lot. I don't think the pitch will change much going into the second day. And the kind of weather we have now, rain. So I think that anything over 300, if you get to 350, it could be challenging for the West Indians.
Into the over, 218 for 5. Wondering if the umpires may be having a little chat here. Yeah, that's maybe a concern over the light, possibly. Getting a little bit dark. The lights are on. And it looks like that is going to be possibly the closer play as well. So umpires say that will be stumps, because once you go off in this extra half an hour, you can't come back on. So at stumps, South Africa find themselves 218 for 5. What an interesting day of Test cricket. It's ebbed and flowed all the way through the day. West Indies winning the toss, choosing to have a field first. And we find ourselves now 5 down. South Africans with 218 on the board. What's your thoughts on the day, Sir Kirtley?
Certainly turned out well for South Africa in the end, considering they lost 3 wickets really quickly in the morning session. So at this point, I would say South Africa probably slightly ahead, but not a lot. But they are slightly ahead considering the 3 quick wickets in the morning session. So South Africa, I think, will go out feeling a little bit more confident. But the West Indians should feel okay. I think that they've done well enough, but they're still in the game. So, you know, tomorrow, that first session tomorrow will tell exactly which way the game is going to go.